Hello there everybody, welcome back to Penumbra Necrologue. So what we have to do is we have to step on the switch, hop on the platform, and up we go. Eventually. Hey look, it goes up. Yay, it's magical. I suppose it's more mechanical than magical, but whatever. Now, you may remember, all the way back, I think about 3 episodes ago now, when I first entered the mine, I went on about the spear that you lug with you throughout the entire game. Because I've got that, whee, up it goes. Because I've got that, there isn't a sphere right on the floor right there. Because this one I picked up much earlier on in the game, right? You may remember me doing that. So because of that, it's not there. If you hadn't picked it up in that little archive area, it would have been sitting right there, and that would have been your 4th one. You see, that is a fantastic attention to detail thing. And this alien guy, I don't know what the fuck his deal is. But I like the attention to detail, the fact that they gave you the option to pick one up, and then actually put in a little piece of code that checks whether or not you've actually got it or not. And I like that. I like that attention to detail. That is a good attention to detail. Look, it's one of these things from Requiem. It doesn't seem to be working. Don't worry. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. I feel like we're going through the Stargate. Must touch weird portal. Yes, must touch portal. And where will we end up? When I touched the transparent something, I got a strange feeling as if I already knew what would happen next. As if it were not the first time for me. As if I'd already done something like this several times but couldn't remember it happening. Yeah. Oh look! We're here! Hooray! 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 I think that's supposed to be Howard. And up. Yeah. At least the skybox is working. Yeah, if you've ever played a slightly earlier version of this game, sometimes the skybox can be broken. Which is quite funny. It literally looks like a box rather than a circle. Anyway, somewhere around here. Yep. There are 2 ways in which you can solve this puzzle. You can grab this lever and stick it in that device on the wall there. Or you can take this box and drag it around. I think it's around this corner. Yep, you can drag it around and drop that on there. And then drop another box. I don't know why it's all blurry, it just is. And there's another box on another button. There's the button, where's the box? Yep, there it is. But yeah, I'm just going to do this, because fuck it, why not? Why it gives you that random choice, I really don't know. It does seem a bit arbitrary, but whatever. D. That's nice. We'll catch occasional glimpses of Howard wandering around here. And that's a bit of a clue. So we've got D, we've got W, we've got R. Place is a maze, literally. And I need to remember where the fucking hell the H is. There it is. So, we've got H. Why it has you spell your father's name, I'm really not sure. O. H-O-W was near the beginning. No, in fact that was a D. Where was the W? I know I saw a W around here somewhere. Where are you? No, I've gone too far. Where was the W? Ah, there it is. Ow. Now we need to find an A. It's around here somewhere. I know it is. A find it. A-R and D. Now I know my ABCs. Anyway, so we have proven that we can spell the word Howard. How the hell that worked in the Russian version, I'm honestly not sure. But there you go. So we scoot our way through here. Whee! And it turns off the air blowy stuff. See, again, it's trying to tell me something, and I can't work it out. It's like Howard is with the Turngate now. He's like joined them. Is this real, or is this going on in his head? Because this place was originally supposed to just be in Philip's mind. It wasn't supposed to be a real place, which means it doesn't really make much sense. I don't know.
Hello, mankind. Why did you come to me? I trusted you, but you betrayed me. You turned out to be like one of those who came before you. Just like them, you are full of hate. Why do you hate me?
Doesn't hate you. Hates what you represent. I mean, that was the thing about the ending for Penumbra, Black Plague, is, you know, Philip went through the events of Overture and then through the events of Black Plague. And at the end, the Turngate turned to Philip to say, you know, help us, bury our memory, bury us forever. And he decides that he's fed up with taking over.
Still changing with every second.
So he kills them.
Human are changing as well.
That's nice.
Whether you're with them or alone. I was ready for a strike, but it was difficult to expect such a thing from you. This sense of betrayal is akin to losing a best friend. It is familiar to you, human. Only I did not ask to silence me, but asked to be left in rest. Curiosity does not lead to anything good, as well as the search for truth.
See, that's just... See, this is the thing. Because this is obviously a mod made after the end of the game had already been decided, they've had to sort of retcon a few things, like, you know, Philip deciding that, you know, destroying the Turngate was a mistake and stuff like that, and it does make things a bit confusing when trying to gel. This dev fucking thing takes forever. So yeah, so it just, I mean, it's really good in terms of design and like atmosphere and all that stuff. It's absolutely brilliant. It really, really is. Clunk. But in terms of everything else, like story, it needed more explanation. Ooh. Are we going to play the monkey games again?
But this does not prevent you from taking risky actions.
No.
I gave people knowledge, but the answer was nothing but hatred. Each of you think they are clever, but even when you're together, you are strong but foolish. You are led by something you know nothing about. And you, human, were being led by someone you knew. You thought you knew, but it is not true. I can see your mind, human, but I can't find a goal that motivates you. And with that, my pain is multiplied 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I am neither a killer nor a judge. Our worlds should not intersect. We speak different languages and will never understand each other. I've made my choice, and it's your turn, human. Everyone chooses what they hold there for themselves.
And much like at the end of Requiem, we're given a choice. It's a completely arbitrary choice, because I will actually show you. I will show you both options. Woo. In fact, technically there's 3. I'll show you all of them. I can't remember which one goes in which direction, but because you get that little flash and say you can either go through the portal, which is presumably exit, or you can follow your father. So let's do the father one first, because I can't remember which one's which. And down he goes. Whee! And cut. I think this is the one where you wake up in the mines. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, so this is an interesting choice. If you follow Howard, you wake up literally back where the game began. I mean, I remember when the game first came out, there were a lot of theories, people saying that, you know, maybe the whole thing was a dream when you fell down off the first ladder, which is understandable, I suppose. I mean, if you'd have woken up here, that might have been the case. Maybe that's kind of what they're implying with this, like you fell down off the ladder, stumbled around a bit, and then, you know, the whole thing was a dream, basically. Which is kind of the Requiem route again. The storm seems to have let off, fortunately. And so it's literally the same room as it was at the beginning of the first game. So you can sort of make your way back across here. The curious thing is, you were supposed to be in the middle of friggin' nowhere, right? I mean, that was the whole point of, you know, you wandered off and then got caught in a storm. And now you can climb up. And you're literally right next to a fucking harbor. You know, as if you'd wandered like all of 5 fucking feet, and then you found the place, which doesn't make any sense. And although the camera is currently floating up, I am not. You'll see Philip running along the bottom there, as if to say that, like, you know, in this ending, maybe it was all supposed to be a dream. Like, you'd fallen down the shaft, you'd hit your head, you'd had a weird dream and experience, and then that was it. You woke up and then you left. Maybe? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on that front. Anyway, but that's that ending, which really doesn't make that much sense if you actually stop and think about it. Hey, Penumbra Necrologue. Can I quit? Good. Yeah, there you go. The end. So I'm going to go back in, obviously. And I'm going to show you the other endings. Yay! So we click continue. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. And we can start right back here. However, if you follow Howard and don't climb the ladder, there is another way. Oh, yes. Whee! Same again, you follow him down, you wake up in the mines, but there's something else you can do. Why it's an option, I'm not sure. But apparently it is. I feel like this one is a bit like the ending to Requiem, where you get the choice to have your story and end it, or not. But you can actually come down here. You can actually decide to keep going and presumably do everything again. Why? I don't know, but it's an option. And again, this one has even less explanation than the other one. It's like, again, I feel like they just added that in just to give you options. I mean, I suppose it's nice and all, but, you know, they give you a choice of the portal or following your father, and then it's just like, if you follow your father, actually, no, we'll give you another choice. As far as I know, doing that choice doesn't lead to anything special or secret. Anyway, let's go through the portal. He jumps off there anyway. But you make your choice of going through the portal. And now the tower is collapsing for some reason. Again, not really explained. But, yeah, there it goes. The place is falling apart. I must escape. Yeah, time to go, time to go, time to go. And that's why he gave you that such a huge fucking ass staircase on the way up last time. Just so you would have to run down it. Whoa. Occasionally jump. Yeah, you don't want to miss the jump. Pretty sure you're falling, guy. Hey. Now this one doesn't have a choice inside of it. It's just you go down here, you reach the bottom, and you do stuff. It's weird, I didn't jump for some reason. Good job I made it across. Getting close to the bottom. Hooray, finally. Takes an age and a half, doesn't it? Through the light door. Ah. Hey, we made it to that ending too. Somehow. And hopefully it hasn't crashed on me. Hey, and only you decide what to do with this story. To consider it the ravings of a madman or a horrible fate of a friend. Fate that you wouldn't wish on your enemy. Which, if you remember, is how the game started. So I feel like this is probably the official ending, which is why I saved it for last. And it totally wasn't an accident that I couldn't remember which ending was which. So presumably in this one, he like left Greenland and came back home, and I would assume. I'm not 100% sure exactly. This is the point. It's a lot of this is left open to interpretation, not because they're being a little vague with it. No, it's because they're just not explaining it to you properly, and that's kind of annoying. You know, it's like just a blank slide for some reason. I get the feeling there's supposed to be a picture on there. Maybe that one glitched out. I'm not sure. But there you actually have it. Those are the 3 endings to Penumbra Necrologue. And it's weird, to say the least. It just kind of ends. Like I said, that last section, it really feels like they were building up all this momentum, all this stuff, and then they just lost it in that 3rd act. Once you hit the mines, it just goes off for some reason. You know, I'm not like opposed to them going to the mines and reusing those assets in those areas. That makes a certain kind of sense. You know, I can understand it from a gameplay standpoint. I can understand it from a level design standpoint, both of which were really, really good. I mean, some of the puzzles, first time through, a little esoteric, but I did manage to work it out. Because, I mean, half the reason why I ended up writing the guide on Steam is because there were no real guides for this. So, yeah. So yeah, it's weird that it's a game. It's not really a game of 2 halves. It's a game of 2/3 and a third. You know, the first 2/3 where you're wandering around the shelter areas, and then the third in the mines. It's good. Like I said, the level design and all that stuff, that's really, really good. And, you know, I understand that, you know, obviously the English isn't going to be perfect. English is not the first language that these guys have. They are Russian. So I'm not going to complain about the slightly wonky English. Although I would question, you couldn't have gotten someone who was English to proofread it? I don't know about that. It says that's neither here nor there. They probably didn't have the access to that kind of stuff. Which is, again, fine. It's understandable. I mean, it does look like somebody who understood English went through it, but clearly not somebody with a direct grasp of English. English was clearly their second language. But yeah, again, that's not a bad thing. I'm honestly not complaining about that. It's just, it's one of those things. You know, not everybody speaks English, and, you know, that's just the way it goes. So, that's not a problem. Level design is fantastic. The atmosphere is really great. It really does feel like Penumbra. And that is quite an achievement for you know, just what is essentially a little indie company that make fan-made mods. That's very good that they can do that, I think. So yeah, we'll just wait for the credits to finish rolling, because we're already at the 20-minute mark. So I'm glad I got a full 20 minutes out of that last one. Hey, congratulations! You've collected all the artifacts and opened the last secret. Enjoy! Password for the secret archive is that. So if you came here just to see what the password was, there you go. Congratulations, you got it. If you go into the game files that were downloaded on Steam, there is something in there called Super Secret. It's like a WinRAR type archive. Put in the password, open it up, and you can actually see all the design documents for it. It's actually very interesting to look at. Because, I mean, I'm always interested in games design and sort of philosophies and things like that. It's very interesting to sort of discuss that kind of stuff. But anyway, we are not done with Penumbra yet, because I'm going to jump straight into Twilight of the Archaic. And we will get around to that in good time, hopefully, at least. I'm pretty sure Twilight of the Archaic is going to be a bit shorter than Necrologue, so we'll see what happens after that. So anyway, thank you all for watching, everybody. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, all the usual good stuff, and I'll see you in the continuation of Penumbra.